Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, all good, all good. How's lockdown? You still sane?
Yeah, just about 12 weeks of home rest and the odd walk and cycle. So, the elegantly bearded gentleman in the Skype call with me is my friend Nick Hartland. He's a drummer, and he's a crucial part of how this project got started. But first, hello, welcome, situation report. It's still lockdown. It's a Monday and non-essential retail has opened, but I hope you're all keeping safe and well. If you enjoy what we're doing here or you like the project, please subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment, say hello in the comments, whatever you feel like. Anyway, back to the start. Many years ago, I was in a band called Fandangle, and around 2009 it kind of morphed into New Riot. A few years later I left and I started a band called Upbeat All Stars, of which Nick was the drummer. Upbeat was really fun, it came together really quickly, we did some fun tours and we released an album called Wake Up that I'm still proud of to this day. But in time, Nick and I moved on to work on other projects and other things, mostly a lot of writing. I had a couple of songs that were maybe penned for a second Upbeat album, some other songs that were punky, some songs that were chill out, and this big collection of rootsy songs I've been working on that I was writing more and more by the day. Nick and I actually ended up working on this together, and I got Nick in to play drums on a lot of the demos. And we had plans to turn it into a band, but that never really came to fruition. And then we went on and did our other things. Nick went on to uni and I carried on writing the collection of songs and producing other bands. It was a few years later when I was travelling in Melbourne, I had the epiphany moment when I had the idea for this entire project and came home and started working on it. And whittled down what was now over 30 songs down to sort of under 20 songs to form the basis of this album. Now, whilst I was working with MIDI drums on the new songs to be able to build them up as demos, the drums remained for sort of 7 or 8 of the songs that Nick and I recorded back 5 or 6 years ago in a little hall in Buckland St Mary in Somerset. They were so good, it automatically made Nick the first contributor. So, after all these years, Nick and I felt like it was time to have a bit of a catch up and revisit, and it might be fun for him to have a little playthrough to the original song that we recorded, Black and Blue. So history lesson over, back to the Skype call. So mate, it's been like well over 5 years now since we actually recorded these. How was it remembering how it went?
Well, funny you say that, because it was actually a little bit weird. You know, like, at any time you've got your go-to, like, kick patterns and fills that just, like, you don't think about and you just play them. Well, 5 years ago, all my go-to patterns were not the same as they are now. So I'm having to get into my mindset back then. Like, oh, yeah. There's that fill I used to play all the time. And just kind of remember all the little things I used to do. So, no, it was quite cool, actually, to have a little reminder of playing in my headspace back then. But once I got a feel of it, it did come back. And,
nice.
You know what it's like remembering tunes. Like, the tune I could remember, it was just the parts I played on it that were a bit like,
Yeah, well, you did some pretty complex things on it, like a lot of the songs back then. And do you remember we had names for different fills and different beats at the time? Because we'd obviously gone from writing for Upbeat All Stars and doing other little projects together, so we had such a funny little toy box of ideas that we used to call upon. We'd be like, oh, do the fill. I can't remember what we used to call them, but we had certain names for certain fills, and we had the Suicide Machines fill and things like that.
Well, they're basically all just different types of 16th fills around the kit. Like.
Basically, as fast as possible. So, as that's been so long ago, and you've obviously evolved your playing, what do you want to tell people what you're up to now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, I've been building that studio for... must have kicked off like a couple of years ago now, so I finished that late last year.
It looks great, by the way.
Cheers. It's a great space to have. I'm loving how it's turned out sound-wise in there. It sounds a real nice room. But it's weird to have gone through that period not actually playing that much, and now I'm playing loads, and I'm really getting back into it and kind of feeling that evolution with my playing again.
Awesome.
So it's cool to have some sessions going on in the studio for some different friends and projects, which I'm loving. And as well as that, I've got my own... basically me and a local mate Ryan are just a pair of drum nerds, and we do this drum dog thing where it's called Drum Dog, and we just film nerdy drum videos about bits of gear and like drum head comparisons and recording drums and little lessons here and there. So that's really good fun. It's great to have the studio for that as well, so we're just nerding out about drum gear 24/7.
Nice, man. I'll stick a link for people here. It's well worth checking out. I've watched quite a lot of the videos in there. They're really good fun. It's a good time, man. And obviously, you know, you're a great drummer. So with no further ado, I think we should watch your playthrough of the old version of Black and Blue.
Me trying to remember some of these fills.
Cool, here we go.
So much for trying. The And now you can't tell the many represented by the few women standing right in front of you. You got a lot of work to do. We are realizing there is something in the air. Forget our differences, found common ground we share. We are realizing like we're wider, we're aware. And now you can't all the many represented by the few when they're standing right in front of you. You got lots of answer too.
Okay, so I think these last couple of episodes have covered the flashback thing, okay, and got us up to speed. So, welcome back to the present permanently. What's new? Well, I've been living in London now for about 8 or 9 months, and 6 months of that has pretty much been taken up with COVID. I spent a lot of time at home, obviously lots of nice walks in this park, but most of all it gave birth to what the rest of this vlog is about. Anyway, so with all that spare time here at home, mixing has come on leaps and bounds, and whilst I know it's had delay after delay and taken 3 or 4 years to complete, the album collaboration project is actually nearing completion. So also with my time here at home, I've been joining in with a group of musicians from around the world called Housebound Ska Collective. It's been ska covers of songs by bands like Paramore and the Gorillaz, all put together by my friend Piper. Anyway, a few of them have been good enough to contribute on this album too. So before I show you that, who better to explain what HSC is if you've never heard it before than Piper?
Hey, this is Piper Dawes. I produce the Housebound Ska Collective. We've done 4 singles now, we're doing a 5th, and so I do the arrangements to start with, and then when all 23 members from across the UK, Canada, US send me all their stuff, I mix it, master it, and do the video editing. So it's quite a hefty job each time, but I don't know, glutton for punishment or something. So I have a lot of fun with it, so that's what I do, and I'm really pleased to be working with Andy on this track, Things Change. So I'm going to be doing backing vocals towards the end, and I'm really enjoying recording it.
Things change. Never thought I'd see this day. Deep down we're all the same, no matter what we say. Things change. This doesn't have to be the way. Yeah, I'm not giving up, no matter what they say. Things change. Never thought I'd see this day. Deep down we're all the same, no matter what we say.
Alright, so there's actually more HSC people involved and they are a talented bunch, but I'm going to save the rest of them for the next episode before this vlog gets absolutely epic length. So thanks for being here, lovely to have you all. I'd love to hear what you guys think of how the songs are coming together. Drop me a comment below, do the old subscribe thing, and thanks for being here. Catch you later.